I'm here with David, and we're just sitting here. We're just two human beings. David's been walking for months. David, how's it feel to be doing this?
It's a lot of feelings, really. It's kind of daunting. It's not daunting in the way I thought it would be. I thought maybe I'd be afraid to be hungry, or I'd be afraid to be cold, or I would be cold or hungry, but everything's been provided for me. Everything's been all right. It was really always just being afraid that caused me any anxiety, but there's still this feeling like I've been living off of the hospitality of other people, and there's a feeling I need to give back, and I try to think of ways I can. There's already a lot of resources, a lot of people around helping out, so I can get a little extra from them to go out and help people, or maybe I can watch somebody's stuff and be a friend for somebody, but there's still something missing I don't know that I've got to do. It's like I've got to do something for other people, but it's got to start with myself.
Yep.
I don't know where to start.
I love that. No, and that's some of the biggest philosophy I teach is you can't be fully spiritual or fully awake or fully enlightened unless you're a service towards others. Do you have a reason for why you started this in the first place?
I guess my go-to reason, I want to say guilt. I want to find shame, or I want to find some way of judging myself. It's like, so I feel like I've kind of grown to the point where I don't necessarily all the time judge people like I used to. It'd be like I'm always looking for something, some obstacles, like if I can blame something else, that's why I feel the negative way I do. But now it's just I'm looking at myself and I want to blame myself, and something feels wrong there. It feels like I'm getting caught up on something. I'm in some cycle, and then it's just blame for myself, and then I can't think any further.
Yeah. What did your life look like before that?
It was like almost like I thought it was in order. Like I thought I had discipline. I thought things were going well. I thought I was growing, but really I was just like perpetuating who I was in the past. It was alcohol. It was weed. Any other drug somebody handed me. If they had a friendly smile, then I'd do it with them, because it felt like that was what life was about. It felt like that was camaraderie, but it was really just like another way for me to just bury who I was deep down again, hide myself with something, just mask something over myself. So many layers of bullshit over myself. I completely forgot who I was, and I still don't know.
And that's some of the reason I founded my nonprofit, is like to be able to help people, but not help people, right? Like, cause that's my ego talking. But just be with people and allow them to come to that realization themselves. And Colorado just passed new legislation, and they're able to charge the federal government through Medicaid to actually help people.
Okay.
And I think we're onto something here in the state of Colorado with peer support. And so you're not quite a clinician. And I don't want to say it's a glorified best friend, because that's too shallow and vague, but you're giving your real life experiences away. And you're building communities and genuine connections with people, right? If I've gone through the hard stuff already, and somebody's telling you, the system is telling you, this is what we expect out of you, and I'm able to come by and show you how I've gone through it myself and able to accelerate you, right? I mean, if you look at generational, wealth and systems, that's what we want for our children and offspring, right? We want to make their lives just a little bit easier each generation. And Colorado's got this new law, and it's peer support license. So it's non-clinical, and there's ethical guidelines, but it's basically just uplifting the community one positive interaction at a time. How do you feel about something like that?
That really is like, it seems like the groundwork for something like really truly amazing. Like it sounds like exactly something I've been looking for. It sounds like it's almost, I want to say easy, but maybe simplistic is a better word for it. It's like you don't have to do much. You don't have to have $1 million. Just the clothes on your back, be available and open to your community and the people around to ask questions. You might be able to do a little good. It's like, when I think about it, it's almost overwhelming. I don't know where to start. So it's like with someone like me, I'm in the middle of this walk. I'm trying to shed like who I was and rediscover who I am. And it's like, where can I start? It's like, do I need to start with some legal legal thing. Do I need, how do I file my taxes? Do I need to get a job? Like, where do I go when I'm struggling to take a shower, you know? But
this is two people communicating right now.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to encourage these people on video to do, is just go out there and communicate, right? I've got all those resources you seem to be stuck with, right? Like, I'm a wealth of knowledge, brother.
Yeah, you really,
you know? And I don't mean to interrupt you or lead you off track, because you might still be in that emotional state. Have you been to school? Have you considered school? You know, you're in Boulder, Colorado. There's more people with a PhD in this city than almost anywhere else in the world. Have you been to school? Have you considered school? Do you have?
Yeah, so I dropped out of college in 2011. I haven't been in since. I've had, aspirations of doing it. But again, I get caught up in that life I thought was disciplined. I get a job, I start paying bills, but then I start drinking or I smoke or like get in the wrong crowd or get distracted in general. Maybe it's none of that, and I just get depressed because I don't know what I'm working for. I don't know what I'm building, and it's like it's almost like it's all for myself. That's where it went wrong. It's like, I just like, I'm saving up money, I'm working, and it's like, so I can get this and I can save this, but then I look around and the people on the streets, the people where we're all the same. I still want to do as much for any of them. So it's almost like when I get a little, it's like I feel like someone else is going without.
Wow. And I get that. I do. That sounds to me like a lot like PTSD, bro.
Hell yeah.
It does. I got the same thing. I've got diagnosis of it.
Like, yeah.
And I've latched on to this nonprofit, right? Omnism. Nobody else is doing it. It's unique. Not only that, but I encourage other people to do it, because it really protects us in this country. Not only does it pull from every tradition and religious belief that gives you an inclusive First Amendment rights, but it's also tax-free. And it fights the system of taxes with love. Right. And I encourage everybody to start a nonprofit. And, I know that's an out there concept for a lot of people, though. Right. But if you would ever be interested in starting something out, I'd be glad to help you out.
Yeah, see, I've already looked up, since talking to you in the past, I've looked up a little bit into it and watched a couple videos, but then I quickly I got distracted, I got anxious about it, and then that anxiety built, and I turned it to something else. I'm like, maybe I need to read a comic book instead. It's not really what I needed to do at the time, but it's like, any resources, it's like, how do I get, I just feel like I have no knowledge on these things.
From my perspective, how far did you get in school? How far did you go in school?
Oh, not very far, man.
Perfect. That's beautiful. That's what you want. All right, so in the United States, we have FAFSA. Are you familiar with FAFSA?
I'm familiar. It's been a lot of years since I need to brush up.
Colorado's matching FAFSA $20,000 or $2,000 per year. So if you take FAFSA is like, don't quote me on this, it's like $7,865 a year.
Right.
And that pays for 2 semesters. And if you want to make a little bit of money on the side, you can even do summer classes.
Okay.
The average class in America here, where I'm going, it's like $290 per class. That's $300 right there for 2 classes. That's $600 right there. So you got, 7,865 divided by 2. That gives you, right about what, 37,000, 3,700. 3,700 minus 600. That's $3,000 left at the end of the year.
Right.
If you're staying in a sober living home that's paying, so many months for free, and then if you get on one where they're actually starting to run through Medicaid, you can actually live and go to school and be paid for free.
And then if I'd be able to do that, and then maybe even getting invested in another nonprofit, which could go into the community, inform more people about the FAFSA in school, and
love it,
and spread it instantly, dude.
Love that.
So it's like we have this opportunity. These resources are building. It's not that they're all right there, but they are there and they're building. And by using them and communicating about them, we're growing.
And that's what we're doing right now, is sharing resources.
Right.
That's peer support. Colorado just passed new legislation where they can bill the federal government for what we're doing right now. So not only can you be doing it at the top level with your own vision, but you can be doing it on the grassroots level too with individuals.
Right. Already doing it, happening, already networking.
We have an epidemic going on right now. These people aren't talking to each other. We've got countless people down on the creek doing meth, getting high because they've got nobody to talk to.
Right, and some of them are really good people. Like, some of them really would change their life around if they had the opportunity or knew about some of the opportunities, or could just be around a constructive group of people or a community that would talk to him. And he's right. Like, these people aren't talking. They're all walking by each other and looking away and looking down. I mean, they're all beautiful. They're all wonderful. Their lives, they're golden. They're shining.
Yep.
But it could be so much more if we were talking to each other.
If every one person helped one other person.
Right.
That's it. That's all it would take.
Everyone could just love somebody else. Just find it in yourself to love somebody else. And that translates into everybody. That's everybody that comes before you. Everybody's your brother, your sister, your friend, your father, your mother.
We're all
everybody's your sacred teacher. Everybody's the person that did you wrong, but everybody's the person that forgives you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not anarchy, you know what I mean? But it's some of the most anti-establishment thing you could do. You know, you're flipping the script on its head. You're literally, you know, you're anti-tax. You're literally taking the tax and you're turning around and spending it for good. Right. You know, and the federal government would be like, oh no, we need tanks, we need helicopters, right. You know, we need missiles. And you're like, no, we need good. We need help.
We need college,
love.
We need food, we need companionship. Like,
people aren't tapping into these resources, right? And they're not communicating, they're not talking, they're not spreading the wealth.
So it's not growing anywhere, man. It's just staying small like it is.
And if everybody's passion, you know, my passion is spirituality. You know, I grew up on spirituality since I was 16. My dad's like, you know, God and the devil are the same thing. Think about it. You know, and that got me going my whole life. Rabbit hole. Every different religion, every different tradition. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, quantum physics on top of that, metaphysics on top of that. It's all the same thing. Be a good person, love your neighbor, do the best you can in this world, try to spread as much joy and love. The community is the heart and the sacred soul of religion. It really
works. It like works immediately too. It's like even when you go down to a creek and everybody's smoking meth and everybody's down and out and miserable, just by talking or having an extra peanut butter sandwich can turn somebody's day around. A conversation can give somebody the inspiration they need to say no to that negative shit and move on and do something positive. It's just walking around with a smile, realizing we're made of love, like everything's made of light.
That's such a radical concept, though. Did you grow up spiritual yourself? Did you grow up with a religion?
So it was, you know, Christianity, but all over the board, and with parents that didn't really care to look into it, worship, study, practice, or anything at all. Like, it was
the ideology.
Yeah. And it was nothing. It was hollow. It was empty. In fact, the churches, there always seemed like there was some kind of scandal going on, like, underneath. It's like, and because people weren't talking, it's like the people would gather.
Yes.
But it's like you said earlier, it's not a one-a-day thing. It's every day. It's all the time. Every thought, every action, every moment matters. It has a choice and an impact, a consequence, an influence. And it can be positive or negative. And it starts within. It starts with the self.
It does. So true. And it is. I feel like there's a shift, you know, in the collective consciousness, especially in our society, right? Because I can't speak on cultures in Germany. I can't speak of cultures in Australia. I mean, I can pick a few people out of the crowd and we can talk about it, but I'm not there physically. But I know the vibe here. It feels like people are ready for that shift. They're so desperate. They're so, you know, stressed out, anxiety ridden, and they don't know what to do with it. But they don't understand that little things make the difference, right? Just picking up cigarette butts, volunteering at your local soup kitchen, you know, saying hello to the old lady that lives next door to you. These are simple things that we have taken for granted in our society. I feel like these younger generations, you know, they're getting pissed. They're like, I miss that. I want that. I don't know how that feels. That is a human connection that they're not getting, and I feel it. I do.
Just the other day at the library, there was this lady sitting out front. She had been assaulted or accosted in some way, I don't know, but she was crying infrequently, and I went up and sat and talked to her. The security guard comes out, man. He said something so interesting to her. I didn't know what to say to this lady. He kneels down by her, he pats her on the leg. He says, hey, you remember when we used to pray before we ate? Remember when we used to pray before we ate food? It's like, let's pray. And he's like, me, you, and your new friend here. And we all three, I bowed my head, and they each prayed. They prayed for everybody they could think of. They prayed for each other, and they prayed for me, a complete stranger. And the thing was, we didn't have to wait for some miracle to happen. We didn't have to wake up to a perfect life. It's like in that moment, there were three people, perfect, like complete strangers, and just a little bit of consideration, a little moment of like compassion to just love somebody before yourself, love somebody else first, even a stranger. And it changed the world around us. All of a sudden, she had a sleeping bag and maybe a place to sleep that night. And Security guard was cool. He was wise and he was strong and offered to defend her. He gave us cigarettes, you know. It's like just small little kindnesses. And it was like all we had to do was stop and listen and just talk to each other. Just listen to somebody.
It's true. Yeah. Well, do you feel like leading us in prayer? You feel confident doing that?
I can try, man. It's been a while.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, I love you, bro.
Me too.
So Lord, one God, all gods, everything is everything is connected, man. There isn't a separation of God, there isn't a separation of person, there's no separation of race. We're divided. We all have anger in our hearts. We have these negative feelings. We're all torn apart every day. But there's always light there. The darkness is an illusion. Everything is made of light. Everything, our skin, our bones, the water, the air around us is all residual matter from starlight, and that was created. It's created by something, and it's us. It's not another person. It's a living spirit with us. And we're all the same. And I really haven't said anything, but I wish everybody well, and I want everybody to feel love, and I want myself to feel love, and I want everybody to be forgiven. I want to be forgiven, and if there's nobody else in the world that forgives you, you know I do, and there are other people, and we all love each other. It's already there, and I just hope we can all talk again.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, bro. That was so
Thank
good.
you, brother.
Look, man, you guys get out there and love somebody. We love you.
guys. With all my heart.